Hello everyone and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights. Today we start Shadows of Undrentide. Now, Shadows of Undrentide is much shorter than the other two, by like full chapters. I think it's like half as long as the first campaign and it's like 2/3 as long as Hordes, but that's fine. Chapter 1, create a new character. This is so exciting. Now, do we want to make someone new or do we want to make Violet again? I kind of want to make Violet again. Mostly because of my headcanons. There's so many of them. Yeah, human's fine. Where is her usual icon? There she is. Primary is Rogue. Alignment, we're gonna go with, neutral good. Abilities, recommended. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine now. Get rid of the charisma. Charisma's good though. Fuck. Default rogue is fine. There's the tiefling head. There it is. No tattoos. Skin color is fine. Hair color is black. Okay.
At my command, attack!
Thank you. Oh, I can't shift. Okay, it's fine. Let's make her age 22. Alright, after defeating Dread Queen Morag, Violet got hit on the head and forgot everything. Including all her abilities. I believe she's Quiet Leader?
We have no choice. They must be eliminated.
No time for talking.
We have no... Some fights cannot...
To arms! To battle!
No, she's Maiden. That's it.
Follow me. To arms!
Maiden.
To battle!
Alright.
Hilltop, one of many small villages that dot the most remote regions of the northern wildlands, known as the Silver Marches. Few would choose so cold and inhospitable a land to make their home. Only those seeking a new life, or to escape their past. It is in Hilltop that your mentor, Master Drogan, chose to settle after a lifetime of adventure. Here, he would pass on his knowledge to you, and a select few others with promise. It is here that evil comes in the shadows, and behind it, a sinister purpose that will see your own promise either realized in full or extinguished forever.
Turn on the map. Split the window. Violet is one of the select few students to Master Drogon, the famous dwarven adventurer who has retired to the remote village of Hilltop in the reaches of Faerun known as the Silver Marches to live out the remainder of his years in relative quiet as he passes on his knowledge to the next generation. That, my friends, is a run-on sentence. Much of Violet's personal belongings can be found in the footlocker next to her bed, which includes the magical ring of Mystra, which Drogon has forged for each of his students. Its range is limited to a mere mile or so, but the ring allows its bearer to teleport to Drogon's side at will, or when badly injured, it does so automatically. A useful device for training young students, even though the ring has its limitations. The main one being that it requires a special focus crystals to power each use, voluntary or no. Drogon once showed Violet how to make more of these focus crystals using a collection of gemstones and a special machine within his personal laboratory upstairs. Violet has been Drogon's student for the longest and is nearest to graduation. And once that day comes, the ring of Mystra will no longer protect her from the dangers and adventures she will face. Who knows? Perhaps that day will come sooner than anyone suspects. Oh, that was finished quests. No. I would like the ring of Mystra. I don't want that because they're glitched. This is your journal, which chronicles your life at Drogon's Academy, from the day you set foot in the door to the last eve's entry. With all of your experiences are contained within. One section of the journal talks about your interactions with the other apprentices. Xanos, the half-orc sorcerer, has a superior attitude that rubs most of the other apprentices the wrong way. Dorna is a dwarven rogue who loves to incite arguments between Xanos and the third apprentice, Misha. Misha is a human paladin of Mystra, whose vision of the world is limited to black and white with nothing in between. You are the fourth and senior apprentice, and Drogon has always held a respect for you and your abilities. Lately, Drogon has begun to seek new apprentices as your term here has nearly reached completion. Your final examination will soon be upon you. Don't want that anymore. Oh god, yes, leather armor. Misha, I like paladins.
Tell me, surely you have heard how our dear Misha fared in her last test.
I have had enough of your jibe, Xanos. You would have done no better.
On the contrary, dear lady, I tend to do exactly what Master Drogon asks me to do. If he says to rescue the goblin child, then I rescue the goblin child. It is not so difficult.
I somehow doubt Master Drogon would ask you to rescue anything that he didn't expect you to rob first.
You are the aspiring thief amongst us, little Dorna, not I.
But a goblin is an evil creature, child, or no? How can I be expected to lend it aid? It was not a fair test of my abilities. So you would leave a child to die, Misha? What kind of paladin are you? You are not a paladin. Violet, I would not expect you to understand. A creature of evil deserves no mercy from the righteous. I would like to counter that my lawful good paladin would rescue a goblin child, because holy shit, Misha. Oh, and of course the child could not be raised differently, could it? It will always be an evil creature. This is not about you, Xanos, and besides, you have human blood within to redeem you from your orcish heritage. You humans are all the same. Sometimes I wonder just how redeeming my human blood really is. Pah! Perhaps there is a lesson to learn in Master Drogon's test that you have not thought of yet, Misha. You'll learn in time, Misha. Don't worry about it. Thank you for your kindness, Violet. I suspect that Master Drogon will never hold me in the regard he has for you, however. Bah! Who cares how the dwarf regards them? I came here to learn what I can from him, and that's all. I respect Master Drogon. He's a learned man and a great wizard. If such bootlicking makes one graduate faster, then I would question the worth of Master Drogon's little school. Perhaps it is the school that questions your worth, half-orc. For a paladin, you have quite a mouth on you, little girl. Violet, I heard Master Drogon saying that your final test will be coming very soon. Do you think you're ready for it? I believe I am. You sound so confident. I wish I could say the same. I bet that Master Drogon will take away Violet's ring for the final test. Haha, no teleporting about for you. But Master Drogon gave us the rings to keep us safe. They've kept all of us from being killed during our training. And what better way to test if you're ready to leave the nest, eh? What do you think of that, Violet? Ready to lose your ring? If Master Drogon believes it is necessary, yes. If Master Drogon tells you to hop about on one foot, would you do that too? Ha! Xanos is weak of constitution and constantly in need of rescuing by the ring. That's why he values it so highly, I think. Shut up, little dwarf. I notice you've no lack of focus crystals to power your precious ring. Better to be safe than sorry, I always say. Do you know what your final test will be? Violet, has Master Drogon said anything to you? No, he hasn't. I have no idea what my final test will be.
I cannot wait until Master Drogon gives me my final test. Oh, I wish I was in your shoes.
For once I agree with the little girl. I came to Master Drogon to learn how to be an adventurer. I wish to adventure.
True. I wish something exciting would happen here at Hilltop.
Do you hear that? The sounds of battle from
Master
downstairs.
Drogon is in trouble. Use your ring.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use my ring. I'll take that. I'll move this up. Those down. It would help if I was equipped, wouldn't it? Alright. That goes up here. These tools go here. Those up. Alright, great. The door to Master Drogon's chambers are, as usual, sealed with an arcane lock spell to prevent his more curious pupils from poking around for their own safety, or so Master Drogon says. And I'll take the practice sword. Your actions have shifted your alignment one potion toward chaotic. That's fine. An engraved plate inside the front cover of the book identifies it as the property of Xanos Misarmos, one of your fellow apprentices, which is unsurprising considering that this is his room. This book seems to concern the histories and deeds of powerful sorcerers who had a lasting effect on the lands of Faerun. Several passages have been underlined and have cryptic notes in the margins. Without exception, these noted sections deal with sorcerers who use their magic to gain control of some city or kingdom. See, this is why I can't play a paladin in this game. Because I love paladins. Paladins are one of my favorite classes. But I have such roguish tendencies. This is a storybook that recounts the adventures of many of Faerun's best-known heroes. Jamstains and scribbles render some of the stories almost illegible, and many of the woodcut illustrations have been enhanced with strategically placed mustaches. Nice. And in this game, if your companions pick locks, it shifts your own alignment. And with paladins, in this version, if you lose your lawful good alignment, you no longer have your paladin abilities, so it's kind of pointless. Big base hand! Oof. Magic missile!
Right shall prevail.
Run while you can.
It's fucking rude. Got one. That was kind of pointless.
That's it? The little beasts are all gone? Then I shall see to Drogon now. I can only imagine what they did to make him fall. Poison? I cannot tell the time, but I should be able to counter it with my magic. Hold on, good one. Nothing? The poison resists? How can that be? This is no simple toxin these kobolds have used here. How could they have acquired such a poison, I wonder? And why did they come all this way? Just to strike at Master Drogon. There must be an answer.
Is Master Drogon going to be alright? I don't know, to tell the truth. The fact that this poison resists curative magic disturbs me greatly. I shall try my best to aid him. I find it more than a little suspicious that some helpful stranger would show up just as these little creatures attack, eh? How rude! This lady assists us without asking for anything in return. Would you repay her with suspicion? Rude or not, I'd like an answer as well. You have remarkable timing, my lady. Of course you are suspicious. I would be as well, were I in your shoes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ayala Windspear. I have been following the tracks of these kobolds for almost 2 days now. I thought it odd that they would range so far from their home caves in the Nether Mountains. I never imagined that they would do something like this, however. As soon as I realized they were headed for Hilltop, I came as quickly as I could, but too late. Why would anyone want to attack Master Drogon? I don't understand. As a Harper, I am a Harper, as is Drogon. Do you know what a Harper is? I know what a Harper is. The Harpers, it's some kind of secret organization, isn't it? One that secretly meddles in the affairs of others, whether they are welcome or not. That is a viewpoint born of ignorance. We Harpers band together to fight evil wherever it arises, even though some may call it meddling. This naturally means that the Harpers have many enemies. I suspect one of them is responsible for this attack. I hope I am wrong.
I believe I can shed some light on that.
Master Drogon!
Drogon, you live. Mistra be praised.
It was the artifacts they were after. They've stolen all 4 of them. I can do nothing.
I thought as much. How could anyone have found out you even had them? This is terrible news.
What artifacts are you talking about? When Drogon retired to Hilltop, the Harpers entrusted 4 dangerous artifacts to his care. We thought this area remote enough that they would be safe.
They were. I do not know how they were discovered.
We have to find out. Those artifacts are too powerful and dangerous to be left in unknown hands. Well, if the kobolds stole these artifacts, we should get them back. I'm glad you agree. I won't be able to follow you, however. I need to stay here and tend to Drogon's poison. Violet, my eldest student, it is up to you. It is vital that you find these items and bring them back. You can count on me, Master Drogon. I won't fail you. Such courage. Dear girl, you do me proud. This will be your final test. I know that you are ready. So much relies on you. I know you will not let me down. I cannot... Drogon? He's passed out from the pain. It is up to you then, Violet, as he said. You must recover these artifacts before they can be put to dangerous use. I'll do my best. Do you have any advice? If you need assistance, think of asking Dorna or Xanos to accompany you. The others can remain here and help guard the school. I will go with you, Violet. You will have need of my powerful magic and not so much of Dorna's little sneakings, yes? Powerful magics? Are you talking about the few little spells you can fire off before you run screaming like a naked halfling? I know nothing of what you speak, little dwarf. Xanos has great magic and fights well to boot. I see. Well, maybe you'll introduce me to him sometime. There is also bound to be some equipment here in the school which can help you. See if you can find some. Healing equipment especially. If you can't find potions, healing kits will have to do. As for the artifacts themselves, I can tell you what I know about them if you wish. It's not much, but it might help. Beyond that, all that remains is to go out into Hilltop and follow the trail of the kobolds. It should not be difficult. Their passing will have been noticed, I'm sure. I will help you as much as I can, but my first duty is to keep Drogon alive. Whatever this poison is inside him, I intend to fight it. How else can you help me exactly? Well, that depends. Is Drogon still using the teleportation rings he created? If you ask whether or not he still gives the rings to his students, the answer is yes. Thankfully, yes. You needn't get so excited about them, Xanos. They're just rings. You keep that smirk where I cannot see it, dwarf. These rings will save our lives plenty in the days to come. The fact that you have them is good. As I recall, the ring uses the energy of a focus crystal to pull you to Drogon in the instant before death, correct? You can also use them voluntarily to return to Drogon's side. Seeing as I'll be wherever Drogon is in both cases, we can use that to our advantage. I should be able to use the connection between the rings and the spot you came from to teleport you back there if need be. I wouldn't advise jumping back somewhere dangerous, but I will at least be able to save you some time. I'm afraid there's not much more I can do to help. Do you have more crystals for the rings? No, of course not. I imagine that Drogon has a lab around here. Perhaps in his room? If you can find it, there may be a way to make more crystals. How's Master Drogon doing? Poorly. It takes all the magic I can muster to keep the poison from killing him. I will do what I can. He's a strong dwarf, and I'm sure he'll pull through. Is there something I can do to help Master Drogon? Yes, actually, perhaps there is. I believe the poison is a magically altered form of snake venom, perhaps from an asp or something similar. If that's the case, there may be some herbs that can speed Drogon's recovery. There's an herbalist in Hilltop who should have them. Go to the herbalist and tell him that you need a tressum tongue, and some charcoal and some hellthorn berries. Then bring those back to me. I have some questions. Tell me more about these artifacts. I know a little about these artifacts, but keep in mind that anything I tell you comes mostly from memory. I wish I had more detailed information to offer. Let's see, if I remember correctly, the 4 artifacts in total: a mummified hand, a dragon's tooth, a statue of a tower, and a mask. Tell me more about the mummified hand. It belonged to a powerful lich named Belferon. As I understand it, the hand was all that was left when he was destroyed. I remember it being said that some of Belferon's power remained in the hand. Perhaps someone's trying to tap into it. Perhaps one of Belferon's old followers wants him resurrected. If that was the case, that would be terrible news. Belferon threatened to destroy Faerun the first time. We certainly don't need him trying again. Tell me more about the dragon's tooth. A remnant of a great worm, Hephaestion, a great dragon that also wielded the most evil of the black arts. The dragon died long ago, but it's possible that the kobolds could have some interest in it, seeing as they are of draconic origin themselves. I have trouble believing that the kobolds are the instigators of this theft, however. It's more likely they serve another, perhaps even a dragon aspiring to have Hephaestion's power. Tell me about the tower statue. I actually do not know much about that. I believe it was found in a desert tomb many years ago, and one of our wizards detected powerful and destructive magic within it. The nature of the magic could not be discerned, however, so it was put aside to be kept safe until more could be discovered about it. I have my doubts that the statue would be of use to anyone. Perhaps its theft was only incidental because it lay with the rest. Tell me more about the mask. That once belonged to a high priest of the Lord of Shadows, I believe, and is imbued with considerable power, though nobody has figured out how to use it. Seen as the god of thieves rarely produces items of benevolent purpose, it was decided best to keep the mask safe and out of his followers' hands. Perhaps someone's figured out how to use the mask's power? If so, any amount of mischief could be expected as a result. Why are these items so dangerous? All 4 of them have a considerable power of a malevolent nature, although we have yet to discover the application for any of this power. The fact that the power exists could be tempting enough for some, and it's very possible that there may be someone out there who knows more about these artifacts than we do. The trouble will be figuring out which artifact that the thief is in fact interested in, and what they intend to do with it. Considering the nature of these items, it is certainly evil. Why were the artifacts kept here then? Why not somewhere safer? And where exactly would somewhere safe be? Behind the walls of a keep, surrounded by guards? What better way to announce that you hide something of value? No, the Harpers believed that this school was remote enough and nondescript enough to be considered safe from molestation. For many years that has indeed been the case. Tell me more about... I want to know more about the Harpers. There's not much more to tell, I think. The Harpers seek to maintain a balance in the world even in the face of those who would abuse their powers. Some claim we are spies, others consider us dangerous meddlers, and even outright assassins. The truth is, we are a little of all things, when the situation warrants it. You know, it was always our hope that Drogon's students might take a cue from their tutor and become Harpers themselves, in fact. What do you think about that? What do you think of that? I'd have to think about it. Well, there's plenty of time. It would be too soon to even consider membership in the Harpers, but perhaps this is your chance, no? Can you tell me more about the kobolds? Only very little. I came across their tracks when crossing one of the mountain paths through the Nether Mountains to the north. When I realized that they had left the highlands and come down into the valley, I became alarmed. For kobolds to range so far from their home caves is unusual. Kobolds are tiny draconic predators that rely more on their cunning than their strength to survive. For them, to be so bold means they either have much to gain or much more to fear. I love kobolds. I played one. I played a kobold rogue in one of my 5e games, and he was one of my favorites. Tell me more about yourself. You want to know more about me? Whatever for. My past isn't important here. I want to be sure you are who you say you are. Or no, would it hurt to get to know each other a bit? Believe me, Violet, when I say we'll have plenty of time to swap stories once this is all over, alright? I don't have any more questions. I'm gonna get ready. Alright. We're gonna take Xanos.
Ah! It seems the dwarf has finally gotten himself into a bind, and now he needs us to come to his rescue.
Yeah. You think I should accompany you? You think I want to retrieve these artifacts from Master Drogon? Yeah, I think you do. Very well then, Xanos shall accompany you in this task. Drogon will likely reward us when we succeed. I'm only taking him because I'm already a rogue, so Dorna is, not as useful to me. Ugh, I'm still in Dragon Age controls. This is the dining room. It stairs up. Divining pool. Divining pool? This obviously magical pool is filled with an opaque, viscous liquid. The tingle of immense power radiates from the pool, and simply being near it fills you with a sense of divine will. The engraving on the side of the pool explains its purpose. Infused with the essence of immortal Tyr himself, the pool of righteous energy will recover any relics lost by those who act in the service of the just God. A small donation to honor Tyr's holy might will be appreciated. I haven't lost anything yet. And this is kitchen. I can sell it. I can sell it. Dwarf's laboratory is downstairs. I wonder how the kobolds were able to breach its defenses. Ooh, Master Drogon will be so upset. Oh, you do not know how to get past the words. Reese does. Oh my, what is this? Is it another kobold come to wreak havoc on Master's things? Well, Reese will fight them, yes she will. She will protect her Master's things this time. No, it is someone I recognize. Gladdens my heart, yes it does. Hello there, Violet. Hello, Reese, how are you? I am still being Reese, oh yes, I am not dead, that is a good thing. But you should be knowing that kobolds stole Master's stuff, yes they did. But, Violet, you cannot help, for they are gone, and that is sad. But Reese feels something is wrong with Master. Tell me what happened to him, please, oh please. Master Drogon was poisoned by the kobolds. Oh no, poor Master. Poor Reese. If Master dies, then Reese will be all alone. Reese should go up to Master, yes she should. But Master wanted Reese to stay down in his laboratory. Oh yes, that is what he said, and Reese must obey kind Master. But Violet, Reese feels terrible right now. Maybe if we talk a bit, you will make me feel better? Yes, I love to talk. Do you want to hear a riddle? Tell me a riddle. Oh yes, my riddle. The fine choice for a fine woman. Here's my riddle. A woman has 5 children, and half of them are sons. Is this possible? Yes. Yes, Oh yes, yes, it is true. Reese thinks you're smarter than you look, or else very lucky. If the other half are also sons, then yes, half of them are sons. Oh, there it is. It is true that the other half of the children are... If the other half of the children are also males, she must have 5 boys. It's a trick, see? I never said the other half were not boys. Do you want to talk about something else? I want to ask you some questions. Yes, why didn't we find out what the annoying little dragon pest has to say? If we make it think, perhaps its head will implode. Reese sees that you have Xana with you, and he thinks he knows so very, very much that he should be able to answer all questions you may be having. Yes, he should. Xanos, Reese's trying to be helpful. Leave her alone. Yes, Reese's very helpful. Yes, she is. Xanos is just full of ego, with no room for wit. Questions are not as good as riddles, unless the questions are riddles, but you ask and I will try to answer. Can you tell me exactly what the kobolds did? Oh, it was terrible. Yes, it was. I was just having a nap and dreaming about a lovely meadow filled with flowers and butterflies. It was wonderful, Violet. Yes, it was. Do you have dreams like that? Yes, but please get to what happened. Well, I was woken by a dreadful noise and I immediately turned invisible. When I saw that dreadful kobolds were in the house, I thought Master Drogon would come here right away. I saw them come into the laboratory and I knew that they could not get across, but I thought that it was going to be such fun watching them from behind the magic circle. I was about to appear to them and taunt them, yes I was, but then they stopped and you would not believe what they did. No, you would not. They threw dust on the circle. What did that do? It must have been magic dust, oh yes, or it would not have worked. No, no, no. Stupid ugly kobolds walked right over the symbol and looted all Master's things. Well, maybe not all his stuff, no, but there'd be some stuff left, little bits of stuff that stupid kobolds not think would be important, or no could find. What did you do when the kobolds crossed the barrier? Oh, shame on Reese, shame, 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 I hid. I was so scared, and I thought they were powerful kobolds for they were the first to pass Master's magic. Now Master will never trust Reese again. Oh no, he will not. Now Master will dismiss Reese and she will have to leave and return to her home in disgrace. Except that Master's very loving and maybe Reese can earn back his trust by never letting anyone in ever again. Yes, that's it. Reese will be the best guard ever. How do I get into the laboratory? Oh, Reese no can tell you that. No. Master never tells anybody that except for Reese. And now Master is upset. Oh yes he is. Reese can feel it. Yes. Master trusted Reese to protect his treasure, and now Reese has failed. Never will Reese fail Master again. You know as to get in any more. No. Surely you can trust me to go in. No! What are you, stupid little kobold? Me said no and me mean no. But wait! Reese knows what's going on. Yes, she does. And you will not be tricking her, nasty little kobold. What are you talking about? You must be a kobold in disguise, and that is what I mean. You will not be getting past me, nor will I bring the treasure to you. Unless, maybe if Reese could test you, then maybe she could bring you Master's items. Yes. Maybe Reese could ask you riddles. That would be good. Yes, it would. Ask me your riddles. Well, you answered one riddle correctly already. Yes, you did. So Reese will give you 2 more riddles to answer, because she is kind and caring. Yes, she is. A prisoner is going to be killed and is told by executioner that him must make one statement. If his statement is true, then he will be drowned. If his statement is false, he will be hanged. Which statement can make him confuse the executioner and not be killed at all? I will be hanged. Yes. That's the thing to say. Then the executioner cannot hang you, or you told the truth and he should drown you. If him drowns you, then you lied and should be hanged. You must be pretty smart. Much smarter than kobold. I am thinking, but kobolds turned out to be smarter than me than we thought when them break Master's ward. This is a hard riddle, so you should take your time to figure it out. Yes, you should. Are you ready? Yes. There be an island which is deserted. Yes, it is. This island has 4 fruit trees, each with a different kind of fruit. A group of wizards who visit the island each year, for they like it. Yes, they do. Each wizard eats 2 types of fruit, but each group of 2 trees can only have 1 wizard in common, which means only 1 wizard can eat from the apple tree and the pear tree. So, what you must be telling me is, how many wizards belong to this group? There are 4 trees. Each wizard eats 2 types of fruit, but each group can only have 2 trees in common. my math is right, then there's 6. That is very smart of you to know that. It took Reese a long time to figure that one out. I guess you must be who you seem, and I will have to trust you to help Master. I'll go and fetch items for you from my secret hiding place. Reese hopes you'll really help Master, Violet. Thank you, Reese. Take this and help Master. I worry about him much. Yes, I do. Good luck be with you, Violet, and you will need it. What did I get? Scarce? Room key. Achievement item scare. I don't know what scare means. Bye, Reese. Well, let's open this, Okay. Right. I
What do you want?
want to change your tactics. Don't help me. I want to change anything else. I don't really want to talk to Xanos. I don't like Xanos. Ooh, Alchemist Fire. I'll never use any of this, but that's okay. Weapon racks. Yes, I need the weapon racks. Whew!
Could you pile a little more stuff on me? Could you pile a little more stuff on me?
Okay. So I didn't get really anything I wanted. Concentration +1, don't really need it. Stag helmet, concentration +1. Concentration +1, got it, okay. Inventory. Xanos can carry some of my new shit. I didn't get any bolts, did I? Let's see any. No, I did not get any bolts. Alright. This alchemist lab is where Master Drogon creates the focus crystals that power the rings he gives to his apprentices. He showed you once how to operate it. How do I create focus crystals? Each focus crystal is 1 quartz combined with any 2 of the following gems. Create focus crystals. I don't have any gems. I do not have any gems. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. I know that this is here. Oh shit, alright. The Harper, Ayala, has asked you to acquire 3 herbs that will aid in Master Drogon's recovery. Tressum tongue, charcoal, and helmthorn berries. These can probably be purchased at the herbalist shop in Hilltop. Master Drogon has been terribly injured by a band of kobolds that have stolen 4 artifacts that were given to him for safekeeping. Ayala listed off the 4 artifacts as follows: a mummified hand, a tower statue, a dragon's tooth, and a mask, all purposed of unknown but powerful and dangerous magic. You are the only one who can track down the kobolds and recover these artifacts. If you find them, bring them back to Ayala at the house. One of the missing artifacts is the mummified hand of the Lich Belferon, and is still said to retain some of his power. Whoever stole this may be trying to access the power, or even seeking to resurrect the Lich himself. One of the artifacts missing is a tooth that belonged to the ancient evil worm named Hephaestion. The power the tooth contains is unknown, but seeing as the kobolds themselves are a draconic race, they may know more how to unlock it. This is one of the artifacts stolen from Drogon by the kobolds. While it was discerned to have considerable power within it, the nature of that power remains mystery. The artifact was put safely aside until a time when its power could be properly determined. This is one of the artifacts stolen from Drogon by the kobolds. It is a mask that once belonged to the high priest of the god of thieves, Mask. While possessing great power, its abilities are unknown, though potentially very dangerous considering the source. Alright. And don't worry, we'll be ditching Xanos as soon as possible. Oh!
I will not be defeated!
Oh my god. Well, that was short-lived. Wow. First kobold in the game. Okay, I'll be right back. Xanos was of great help there. Oh no, never mind, I'm right here. Xanos was of a huge amount of help, wasn't he?
Your blood shall spill!
There is a quest in here that's accessible by druids only. Where you help one of the dogs find a mate. Like, this dog wants to mate with a wolf, and you have to like convince the wolf to mate with the dog. Oh, it's alright. Oh! Fucking bye. Drogon's barn. There are some kobolds. Oof. Should we? I think we honestly should.
I need healing, damn you!
Okay, that was unfortunate. Okay, well... Fine. Look at that, you're fine. Oh, I forgot how to play this game at level 1. I used to be that dick who would just import my character from the first campaign to this and start out at this level 1 campaign.
Hold! Xanos wishes to speak.
And what does Xanos wish to say? The kobolds would have come through the village, I think. Though they hold no challenge for Xanos, who just died to them, the villagers may have fared poorly. Then we should get going. Quick action is decisive, but rash ones are a sign of small intellect. The kobolds have only just left. If we pursue now, we may yet have a chance to catch them before they leave the town. But we must have a plan to find and capture them. I, Xanos, shall take the lead, of course. You always were an egotist, Xanos. Don't overestimate yourself. Ha! I know. You think me overconfident, but I shall be gracious. I know that Master Drogon favors you above the rest of us. You are his oldest student, after all. Therefore, I shall treat you as an equal in this endeavor. We shall find and defeat the kobolds together, in our own way. But be wary, they may have expected us to follow them. Let us go. We must not let them get too far ahead of us. Pile of stones. Oh yeah, this is where the dogs thing will be. I'm stuck. There we go. Hey, Hilltop Guard.
Well met.
It's good to see you're okay. We were worried about you and Drogon up at the school. How's Drogon doing? He was poisoned by the kobolds, actually. I need to get some herbs for him. Poisoned? Now you best get to Fargan's as soon as possible. He was in his shop last I saw. I will admit that I've played this game the least.
Xanos wishes to speak.
And what does Xanos wish to say? The kobolds have not left this town peacefully. I will have my revenge for what they have done here. We'll all have revenge for what they did to Master Drogon. Or why so vehement, Xanos? When I first came to this town, I was shunned by the people because of my heritage. My orcish half was all they could see, except Drogon. Not everyone only sees what's on the outside. What? Here? The people here are country folk and woodsmen. They have harsh acceptance of the realities around them, and are very cynical of the good intentions of others. But I suppose I do not hold it against them any longer. In the years I've been here, they have grown on me, I guess. So you will protect them? Yes, I will. And we should not waste more time here, talking. Action calls. Xanos, give me my shit back.
Could you pile a little more stuff on? Me?
I would like some gold. Hi, Fiona.
Hail and well met.
Ah, one of Drogon's students. Always nice to see your young face in here. Now, which one are you again? I'm kidding, Violet. Don't get such a sour face. I have not forgotten you. I'm not so old as all that. Now, are you here to buy something, or just for a visit? I'd like to see your goods. I do hope you mean my inventory and not my massive bosom. Sorry, old jokes are the best. Alright, much better. Back down to 18 pounds.
Hail and well.
Did you have a problem with the kobolds? Ha! One ran in here, got his brains dashed out by my hammer, and then I threw the corpse outside. That was the last I saw of any kobolds. Perhaps the others thought that you might smother them in... Perhaps you might smother them in your over-ample bosom and ran away. It's a possibility. Are you just wishing out loud, Xanos? I must have missed the main body of kobolds as I worked the forge. I hunted around, but they were gone. I guess the one that came in here must have been a straggler. That's all my questions. Alright, great. Thank you, Fiona. Who has a name in here? Guilford does.
Hello.
Ah, my back hurts from bending and healing, from all the bending and healing I've done this day. Not that I would complain. Servants of Ilmater never complain. It's part of the canon. Greetings, Violet. How can the servant of Ilmater assist you? I want to ask you some questions. I'm tired. I'm so exhausted I can hardly keep my eyes open. I've drained most of my spells and most of my energy in a few short hours. Try to answer, why are you so drained? Look, occasionally in a small village like this, you will have a small disaster, but most of the time it's just small things. So when a major catastrophe like this happens and I have to use a large number of spells in a short time period, I find myself tiring easily. Well, that's all there is to it. Okay, that's all my questions. Who else has a name? Probably talk to these two, but first off, what's in here? Yeah, I'm not gonna be neutral good for long. I'll be chaotic good in a minute here. That outside? That's outside. Got it. Alright, great. Nice, 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 nice. Alright. Anaya Dales.
Well, hello there.
Violet, it's good to see you. I was about to send someone down to check on everyone at Master Drogon's. I'm afraid events are far out of hand around here. Anaya, did I tell you how helpful you are? You're the best, Anaya. Simply the best. If this fool could become the mayor of a village, just think how much more Xanos will accomplish. Thank you, sir. You've been a very good boss, too. Usually. Is he drunk? I found the mayor this way in his home after the kobold attack. He was hiding in his cellar with 2 empty wine bottles beside him. I think the stress of the attack was simply too much for him and he lost control. I just hope he'll be better when he sobers up. I know it frightened me. Luckily, I was here, and there were enough local farmers and townsmen to hold the kobolds off. They mostly just ran past when they saw how many were in here. Is everyone alright at the school? We were attacked by the kobolds and Master Drogon's been poisoned. Not Master Drogon! Oh, I can hardly afford to lose him. I was desperately hoping that he could help me deal with all the problems that have cropped up after the attack. I suppose it sounds awfully selfish of me, but I've only been here a short time and now the mayor is completely useless. Anaya's been like a daughter to me. I tell you, Violet. No, better than a daughter. Oh, Violet, it's good to see you. When did you get here? Oh, what do I do? What are these problems you're having? The biggest problem right now is with Piper. Small surprise there. He's always claimed to have prophetic abilities, and now people are beginning to listen. A couple days ago, Piper claimed that death was coming in the dark, and that only the chosen would survive. An old farmer, Hull Hellstrom, called him an idiot, and Piper claimed Hull would be dead within the week. Let me guess, Hull was killed by the kobolds. Hull's body was found near the edge of the village with his throat slit so deep that his head was barely attached to his body. Piper has a number of people convinced that the kobolds are just messengers for a new powerful god. I stopped listening to him at that point. Piper is spreading panic and chaos in our village, something we can ill afford if we are to rebuild and possibly fortify ourselves. I'll speak to Piper for you. Would you really, Violet? That would be such a relief. I'm not asking you to hurt him or anything like that, but if he would just stop or go away, it would make my job much simpler. Is there anything else I can do to help you? I need some herbs to help Drogon. You'll have to speak to Fargan, the herbalist. His shop is right across the street. Anything else? It's all goodbye. Alright. Hanaya, the mayor's assistant, has asked that Piper, the self-proclaimed prophet, be quieted. She would like you to handle it without violence if possible.
Well, hello
Whoops,
there.
I meant to click on the mayor.
Oi, what can I get ya?
Where were Drogon and his big heroes when the village was getting murdered? So much for relying on them to help. Sir, you're talking to one right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Hanaya. This is my old friend Pat. I wish you go lie down and rest, sir. Alright, well, unfortunately, even though it feels like we've just gotten started, I think this is all the time I have for today, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I have been Rael, and I will see you next time. Bye!